Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ikea. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So today's video is all about fragrance. I've been going ham, purchasing a ton of fragrances lately. So I want to share them with you all and share my thoughts on them, if they're worth the hype or if they're worth buying or splurging on. So that's what we're going to do today. And before we get started, I just want to give y'all a reminder. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. You can also locate me on social media. You can check me out on Instagram and on Twitter. And my handles will be linked down below in the description box. So now that we got all of that important business out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. So I've been into BBK fragrances lately, and I've really been loving their fragrances, especially Gris Charnel. So I went ahead and purchased two other fragrances that were on my list, and I actually had samples of these ones, and I thought that I would really enjoy them. Actually, none of the fragrances that I purchased are blind buys. I've actually tried all of them before purchasing, but the first one that I got from BBK is Rouge Smoking. And the packaging is so beautiful. I just love the BBK packaging. Some people don't like it because they say it's a little simple, but I actually really like it. So I'm gonna give y'all a close-up of what it looks like. So Rouge Smoking smells really, really good. It smells like cherry. People say that it smells like a cherry Dr. Pepper or a cherry cola. And I kind of get those vibes as well. So it has vanilla in there. There's pink pepper. There is a cherry note in there as well. And there's a little bit of cardamom. And I just really like this fragrance a lot. It's very fun and playful and sweet. Now, the name Rouge Smoking, I don't know if that's necessarily an accurate name because there's nothing really smoky about this fragrance. It's really sweet, but I do get the rouge portion. But this is like really gourmand to me. Now, some people have compared this to Lost Cherry by Tom Ford, and I don't think that they compare at all, actually. Yes, they both have cherry notes, but they're two totally different cherry notes. The one in Tom Ford's Lost Cherry is more of a natural cherry, very juicy, very fruity. It's also very warm and deep. This one, on the other hand, is kind of on an artificial cherry. This really does kind of remind me of cherry cola, but it's got like that vanilla in it, and it's really, really sweet. And I do enjoy both of the fragrances, but I do like Rouge Smoking as well as Lost Cherry. I will say though about this fragrance, the only disappointment that I have is that the projection is not that strong and the longevity isn't that great. So this lasts on my skin about 4 to 5 hours, and that's if I put on an oil. If I just spray this on my skin, without any oils or lotions, it quickly turns into a skin scent. So that's a little disappointing, but overall, I do love this fragrance. I like to mix this one and layer it with Kayali's Vanilla just to add a little bit more sweetness to it, and that has been my combo lately, and I really have been loving it. So again, this is Rouge Smoking from BBK. So the next fragrance that I also want to share with you all that I recently purchased is also from BBK, and this is Parfums Soir. So this fragrance contains mandarin orange, black pepper, jasmine, patchouli. There's also a note in there, I think it's called quince or quince. That's also in this fragrance, and I do think that this is a beautiful scent. However, I will say this wasn't a blind buy for me. I did have a sample of this fragrance before purchasing it, but I got a sample a while ago and I did really enjoy this fragrance. But now that I have it, there's something in here that's kind of throwing me off. It's like nutty. I don't know. It smells like hazelnut or cashew or something. There's some kind of nut in here, and it's throwing me off a little bit. So I'm not really sure how I feel about Parfums Soir right now. But when I initially tried it, I loved it. I thought it smelled really great. Now I'm like, it's okay. But yeah, I know a lot of people like this one. This is one of the more popular fragrances from BBK. And a lot of people say that this is very unique and it's sensual and sexy. And I do think that this is a really sensual fragrance. but I just don't know if it's for me. So I'm gonna play around with this one a little bit more now that I actually own the full-size bottle. If not, I'll probably just give it away. But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about Passe Soir just yet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with this one a little bit more. But this one is Passe Soir from BBK. All right, y'all. So this next fragrance, I'm a little embarrassed to show y'all how much I've used already, but this is actually probably my most recent fragrance purchase. I got this like last week or the week before, and this is from Byredo. It's a Ball Freak, and here's what the packaging looks like. So in Balzac Freak, there's lemon, black currant, there's jasmine, vetiver, orange blossom, and this is a really nice and fresh fragrance. It's a little sweet, but it's more on the fresh end, and I absolutely love this fragrance, y'all. But let me tell y'all, I am kind of obsessed with this fragrance. I've been going ham, overspraying this, doing the most. So I just got this maybe last week or the week before, as I mentioned, and look at that dent that I've made in this fragrance. That's absolutely crazy, but I love this so much. This is the first purchase that I've made from Byredo, and I am so happy with my purchase. I'm actually going to go back and get the hand cream and the shower gel along with the hairspray because I love this scent so much. This is definitely signature scent worthy. It's an everyday fragrance that you can wear, and I just love it. It's not offensive. It's not over the top. It's just so crisp and so clean. So I mentioned this one actually in my fragrances for life, which is so crazy because this is a recent of mine, but when I smelled it, I knew that I would love it for forever, and that hasn't changed. I'm still obsessed with this, and I'm so happy that I have it in my collection. But yeah, this one is Ball Freak from Byredo, and it is such a good fragrance. All right, y'all, so this next fragrance that I have that I recently received is from the House of Sillage, and this is their Mickey Mouse fragrance that they did in collaboration with Disney, and I'm just so obsessed with the packaging. Look at how beautiful this packaging is. So not only am I obsessed with the packaging, I also really do love this fragrance. It just, it smells so nice and light. So this fragrance has jasmine, there's orange blossom in here as well, there's coconut milk and cocoa, and it smells really good. It's light and airy and very floral. Now originally when I got this, I was thinking that it was going to be a gourmand, but it is not a gourmand. It is just very nice, fresh, and very floral. I describe this fragrance as an old money kind of fragrance, or even like rich auntie vibes. It's just so fresh and clean and sweet and floral. It's all the feels, honestly. And I just really love this a lot. This is perfect for the daytime. I probably wouldn't wear this at night because I like warmer, deeper fragrances for the nighttime, but this is perfect for the daytime and really perfect for any season. It's one of my favorite fragrances from the House of Sillage. I just think that they did a really great job with this one, and I really do love it a lot. So again, this one is from the House of Sillage, and this is their Mickey Mouse perfume. So the next perfume that I recently purchased is from Dior, and this is from their private collection. This is Feb Delicious or Delicious. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but this fragrance is so good. So I recently mentioned this one as well in my top 10 for life. I know it's recent, but I love this fragrance. It's probably one of my top 10 actually for gourmand fragrances. It's sweet. It's got a powderiness to it. And there's also this cherry note in here that really stands out to me. So this fragrance contains lavender, there's sour cherry, jasmine, vanilla, caramel, pralines. It is a gourmand lover's dream. If you love gourmand fragrances, I definitely recommend this one for you to try. Again, this one is from the Dior private line, and they have a ton of fragrances that are in their private collection. This is the first one that I ended up purchasing because I had a sample of it and I just fell in love with it. It just smells So good to me. It smells warm and sweet. There is a powderiness to this fragrance that I know some people aren't a huge fan of, but I personally like it. It just makes the fragrance a little bit more well-rounded, and I just like this a lot. It smells so good. I think this one also has great longevity. It lasts about 6 to 8 hours on me, and then if I put it on my clothes, then it lasts a little bit longer. But I am a huge fan of this fragrance. I cannot wait to try out more fragrances from Dior. I do have some samples of fragrances that I want to get the full purchases of, so stay tuned for my reviews on those. But yeah, I am just, I'm in awe of this fragrance. I love it so much. It's so warm, so good. If you're a gourmand lover, this one is definitely one that I think that you should have on your radar. All right, so the last fragrance for my haul and the last one that I purchased is from Chanel, and this is Coco Noir. So I ended up purchasing this one during the Sephora sale that they recently had, and I'm so happy that I purchased it. It had actually been on my list for months, actually probably for a year now. I've had this one on my list, and I'm so glad that I finally got it. It smells so good. Now, if you've smelled Coco Mademoiselle, then this one to me is still in that same family as Coco Mademoiselle. It's just deeper and warmer and more sensual. And this one is definitely like the nighttime version of Coco Mademoiselle. Coco Noir is just so good and so sexy. I really love this fragrance. The packaging is stunning. So Coco Noir has rose, there's peach in here, jasmine, vanilla, there's musk in here as well, and there's also sandalwood. So you get a little bit of woodiness in here. There's florals that stand out to me, and the blend between the fruitiness and the florals and the sandalwood just makes this a really good fragrance. Now, I probably wouldn't suggest this as a blind buy because this is really deep. It's very sensual. Some people have even said that it's a little too mature for them. So I wouldn't recommend this as a blind buy, but it is such a good fragrance. If you love nighttime fragrances, ones that are just deep and sensual, then this one is a vibe, okay? I would describe this as a person who, again, she's going on a date. She likes to be sensual, seductive. I could see somebody wearing this with like a nice fitted black dress, or even just like a really nice sexy freakum dress. That's what I like to call them. That's what I think of when I think of this perfume. It's just very seductive and it smells so good, but it's not heavy or cloying or over the top. It is one of those fragrances where it is really warm and really deep, but it's not offensive. It just smells phenomenal. I think Chanel did a really good job with this fragrance, and I'm starting to love more and more Chanel fragrances. I've been one of those people who said that the Chanel fragrances are a little too mature for me, but I'm starting to love them. There's another one that I want to try that was recommended to me from you all, which was Chance. So that's probably going to be the next one that I try out. But so far, I have been loving Coco Noir, and I've also been loving Coco Mademoiselle. So yeah, I'm gonna dabble a little bit more into Chanel, but this one from Chanel Coco Noir is amazing, and if you can get your hands on it, I definitely say try it out. So comment down below and let me know what your most recent fragrance purchase was. I would love to know because, again, y'all know I'm always buying perfume and trying new things. But that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. You can also find me on Instagram and on Twitter. My handle is at Ikea Alexis, which will be linked down below in the description box. I'll also have all of the perfumes that I mentioned today in this video. It'll also be linked in the description box as well. But again, that's everything. I hope you guys have a great one. Thank you so much for watching this video and stay safe. Bye.